Hey everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Landmark Live, coming to you live from the second story of your historic Platte County Landmark building in downtown Platte City, lovely downtown Platte City at 252 Main Street. Here we are. This was a long time coming. It's the first episode in what will be a weekly series every Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Join us right here for some fun and games with your cast of characters from the Landmark newspaper. Sometimes we'll take this show to the streets. Sometimes we'll be broadcasting right here. Next week, I think we're going to be on the road. There'll be times we're down on the sidewalk in front of the Landmark building. There are going to be times we take this show out and the folks will not know we're coming to see them. It'll be great fun. But tonight, it's all in studio. We're going to have fun and games, a game of fact or crap. We're going to play some Plinko, which will give you viewers a chance to win some very valuable prizes. All of that, and a very special guest on our first episode. By the way, if you'd like to sponsor Landmark Live, that's available too. We have our first sponsor lined up for tonight. It is Eric Jennings Real Estate. Eric Jennings is the man to see if you want to buy or sell in Platte County or anywhere in the Kansas City metro area. Here's the man. It's Eric Jennings with an A. Eric Jennings, 913-907-7083. He's the man with a plan to get you a home or to sell you the one you're trying to sell, to get you out of the one you're trying to sell. Now, a couple of housekeeping things before we get to our special guest. I want you to take a minute right now, and if you would, please, share this video on your own timeline so your friends will know that they too can join in Landmark Live. They may not know about us like you do. So please take a minute, share this video to your timeline, and that'll get them to come check us out every Thursday night at 6. Also, while I have your attention about Facebook stuff, take a minute and go to the Platte County Landmark Facebook page tonight. That's the Platte County Landmark. Hit like, because our future episodes are going to be broadcast live from the Platte County Landmark Facebook page instead of the Ivan Foley Facebook page. So please go ahead and take care of that little piece of business for us. Also tonight, it's the Chiefs home opener. And, thank you for that. That's actually not the home opener. We're on the road tonight playing at New England, so we're going to talk a little football with our special guest, too. Among the things that I want you to do right now, though, is if you're cheering for the Chiefs tonight, you think the Chiefs are going to win, hit that heart emoticon on your smartphone or your computer right now. Hit the heart if you think the Chiefs are going to win. If you think the Patriots are going to win tonight, hit the like button, the blue like for Patriots. All right, and then we'll have a little contest. We'll see who's got the more fans going on tonight. So we've got the housekeeping items out of the way. Now I want to get to our first special guest. He's a Twitter superstar. Many folks know him as @TheFakeNed. He made a name for himself. It led to many positions and spots. He's written a book. He's been featured in the Kansas City Star. He's been featured on TV stations. Even his mom likes him now, where she didn't used to. Even though she still critiques his writing more than I do. But anyway, our first guest on the first ever episode of Landmark Live is the one and only Chris Kamler, known as @TheFakeNed. Chris, come on in, sir.
Mr. Foley, how are you?
I am
good
good.
to see you.
Nice
I like your broadcasty voice. It's very nice.
Well, I'm working on it.
It's very nice.
It's a work in progress.
Great.
You know what?
Thank you for having me on the inaugural edition of Landmark Live.
Our unofficial sponsor is Bud Light.
Well, thank you. I've never had one of these before. Might as well try one.
You're a Bud Light
here on
virgin.
television, sir.
You pop that thing open
Facebook,
and let's go.
Whatever this is. Cheers.
Cheers to you, sir. Now, the last time I saw you, we were wearing the exact same clothes.
I haven't changed.
We haven't changed
since the eclipse.
Yeah, I thought I smelled that. Let's talk about that. You actually came to Platte City hoping...
What a turd that day was.
Yeah, so
that was just a complete... I mean, I get it. You can't control the weather, and the weather was crummy. But I think even before the weather, Platte City is a really cool town when it wants to be a really cool town. They had no interest in doing anything for the eclipse. They had, I mean, you know, St. Joe said that they were the city of the eclipse, and, you know, they had carnivals and they had state troopers up and down the highway, and everybody was going to St. Joe. We went to, what was the park that we went to? Platte Ridge?
Platte Ridge Park, yes, yeah.
There was like 100 people there, and they did absolutely nothing. You could have had a carnival. You could have had, you know, I don't know. It was just it seemed like they had no interest in hosting people. Hospitality is maybe not Platte County and Platte City's forte, I suppose.
We were short on time to plan for that one, Chris, because, I mean...
yeah, I mean, 90 years is tough, man.
Yeah, 200 years, there was not enough time to plan a little party, I'll tell you that right now.
I understand that.
And the 100 people at Platte Ridge, most of those didn't show up until they knew you were there, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Where were the guys that you interviewed, the nerdy-looking dudes? Those guys were pretty awesome.
Yeah,
they were
those
from
guys.
Quite a distance, weren't they?
There was a guy there from Houston who actually worked at the Space Center down there, who had flown up just the morning of the eclipse and was going to fly back that afternoon. And he was up there with some kind of pinhole toilet paper roll thing, shooting it onto a sheet of paper, and then...
Yeah, the other guy had some sort of gizmo thing going on. It was neat.
Yeah, and his brother had driven down from Minnesota, and it was,
I mean, I just think that if you know people are going to be driving up, this is what bugs me. If you know people are going to be driving up to Chiefs Camp or to whatever, to St. Joe, why not get them off the highway to throw some money into Platte County instead of... It's basically drive over country. You got flyover country, it's drive over country. KCI and then St. Joe, and nobody seems to think other than Quick Trip.
And McDonald's did okay too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, but I mean, hold something at the high school, hold something wherever. It was a ghost town.
Yeah, and to get folks to actually drive through and experience Platte City, you got to get them off the interstate. You got to get them farther away from McDonald's and Quick Trip. You got to get them down.
Platte City Square is amazing. It's a really cool little area to walk around, and I think it looks better. The little city square looks better than like Liberty's and another bunch of cities around here. I just think there's a lot of opportunity here that people don't recognize.
Yeah. Now, speaking of downtown Platte City, I understand your brother is going to be playing at the pool hall. Your brother's a musician, right? I mean, he's actually the one that has some talent.
No, he's much more talented than I am. He's going to be playing at the pool. He's playing somewhere. You can follow me on Twitter and figure it out. He's playing somewhere tomorrow night, and he's playing at the pool hall next Friday. He's a country. He plays both kinds, country and western. Yeah. So if you like the old Conway Twitty ballads and stuff, he plays them. But he's got a live band. And he does covers, and he does music that he's performed, and it's a really good show. It's a good night. Drink beer and honky tonk, stomp your boots or whatever.
And what he doesn't know, and what Bob doesn't know yet, is he's going to write and give us the theme music for the Landmark Live show. I mean, he doesn't know it yet, of course, but he is going to give us the theme music. It'll be Bob Kamler theme music. We're going to work on that probably the night he's at the pool hall, right?
I think you should wait until about 1:30 in the morning and have him write it for you.
Yeah,
it's going to be a completely different experience than if you got him at like 5:15 in the afternoon. He'll get you a good ballad. Nice stuff.
So listen, let's talk social media. What you have 18,000 followers on Twitter.
18,300.
Oh, and nobody's counting. But what made you decide to become a Twitter superstar? I mean, you had so many other things going on. I mean, you had the adult film star thing going on, which was okay. I mean, it was nothing big, I understand, but you had that career going on. But what made you? Were you just sitting at home one time thinking, I'm going to become a Twitter superstar, and
I still don't.
You just got on Twitter and started to become a real smartass and kind of a dick, really. Let's be honest. Early on, you've kind of softened in the last couple of years.
That's 3 shots at my dick you've taken in the last 45 seconds.
It's the best sex you've had all week, right?
I'm surprised it's not more. No, I don't know how that. I mean, I've had the Twitter account now for 6 or 7 years, and I don't know why. I swear to God, I don't know why people follow me, because it's just my Twitter account. It's like, I'm getting up, going to work, and the Chiefs suck, and the Royals need to do this and that and the other thing. It struck a chord with somebody at some point, and now it's grown preposterously large, and there's good and bad with that. I mean, it's kind of cool to have a larger Twitter account sometimes, and then other times when you just want to like scream at the world, you got to recognize that there are like other people like Kevin Kinder, follows me on Twitter, and I'm like I don't want to.
Who's Kevin Kinder?
He's like a politician of some sort.
Oh, Jason
Kander.
Kander. Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
Well, next president of the United States.
Well, yeah.
We can talk about that if you want.
Let's probably not.
Probably sooner rather than later. No, I mean, there's like real people. Like Chris Ketz follows me on Twitter. What the hell is Chris Ketz sitting on his toilet in the morning? Well, let's see what old fake Ned's got to say.
Does he really sit on his toilet? Do you know for a fact he sits on his toilet?
I mean, I assume at some point in time he sits on his toilet, yes, but That's usually where I do a lot of my
That's where you
tweeting,
do
to
your
be
best
quite
writing.
honest with you. So, I mean, it's whatever. It's fun. Twitter, I think, has been, for all the bad that it does, it's been a really cool device. Now I think, now that Twitter's been around 5 or 10 years, now we need to like grow up and mature and actually do something with it instead of it's a great place to go and complain. It's a great place to go and get outraged about whatever you're being outraged about today. Yesterday it was that pumpkin spice is back a month early. I mean, now we need to turn that to good in some way, in shape or form. And I don't know how to do that, but
I don't either. You know, and I used to be on it a lot more than I am these days. What got to me was everybody gets on there, they want to argue about politics instead of just making a tweet and walking away from it. They want to get on there and want to argue with each other. I mean, if you don't agree with someone's Twitter account, don't follow them. I don't understand the point of getting on there and arguing about it. You know, everybody has their own point of view.
I think that some of the best conversations I've had with people have been people that have disagreed with me for whatever stance I've taken, and then you engage with that person. Instead of be a dick back, you say, hey man, you know, I get the fact that you're against this, but explain to me why. And then you can have like a logical conversation with somebody. And that's honestly why I enjoy, because you can talk back to people. You can talk back to people with 2 million followers. You can talk back to people with 5 followers, and everybody has kind of the same voice. But once you understand, you know, why somebody standing in those shoes is explaining their life that way or whatever, and then it all levels out and tones out, and you're like, okay, well, we just disagree. Well, let's move on. So.
Yeah, but there's too much of the extremism on
Oh
there.
my God, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. There has to be. We have to figure out a better way to move forward. Because right now we're getting really good at punching each other in the nose and laughing, but we have to. This whole deal has to get better. We have to get figured out.
Now, when you first started, you started out as fake Ned. No, what
started
fake Ned Yost?
Started out as fake Trey Hillman.
Oh, seriously?
I did. That was my account, and I was actually in the voice of a fake manager. That was fairly popular at the time, to make an account as somebody. I said, well, Trey Hillman. Nobody's gonna ever figure out somebody as Trey Hillman. So, then about 2 weeks later. Trey Hillman got fired, and Ned Yost got hired. So I changed it to fake Ned Yost. And then a couple years later, I was like, well, I mean, that's not... Once the account got a little bigger, I was like, well, that's not really fair to Ned Yost, because people actually would like ask him about the fake Ned Yost account. I'm like, he doesn't have time for that. He's grumpy as it is. So I made it the fake Ned, and I've tried to change it a couple times, and it just keeps coming back to what it is.
And you never really stayed in character anyway. I mean, or did you when you first started?
For about a year. For about a year, I stayed in character, and then I went to a game with my family, and we were standing out in the outfield, and I forget the guy's name. It wasn't Jason Kendall. It was somebody hit a home run. It was his only walk-off home run that he ever hit, and I caught the ball. The ball landed in the bushes, and I ran down the thing. And several people who knew me in real life and also knew me on Twitter, I was kind of out. Was it you?
Yes.
You were the one that outed me on the thing, and we've been best friends ever since.
Yes. Let's talk about that day. It was a Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know what year it was, but I was killing time on a Super Bowl Sunday. I was following a guy by the name of Chris Kamler, who was a North Kansas City umpire, is how I knew him. And I was following his account, and he was showing his Super Bowl pregame meal, and it was some kind of super crapper. I don't remember what you were making.
I can make a Super Bowl meal.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe that might be the next time I come back.
It was quite a spread. I looked at him and go, "Wow, that looks good." So Chris Kamler is making this for his Super Bowl meal. Mm-hmm. And I'll be damned, a little bit later, the fake Ned, or whatever your Twitter name was, then tweeted the very same picture. I'm like, wow. So the journalist who outed Chris Kamler as being the fake Ned,
not much consistency or quality control in that, but it's always just been things that I would actually say, only maybe a little louder and a little ruder, which has been actually pretty empowering to be able to say that for better or for worse, because you're a little bit more true to yourself that way.
Yeah. I mean, because you're really not a dick in person.
I am sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not.
Hey, again, you guys, if you think the Chiefs are going to win tonight, hit that heart emoticon. If you think New England is your pick, hit like. All right? Let's have a little Twitter war going on between the Patriots and the Chiefs. Somebody's heart's going to be broken tonight. What are your thoughts on the game tonight? You follow the Chiefs.
Well, we're going to get crushed.
You think it's
we're going to absolutely get crushed. If we make it, if we're not down by 21 in the first quarter, I think I'll be pleased. I don't see a scenario, and it's not because the Chiefs are a bad team. I actually think there was a playoff team last year. We won a playoff game where it's the same core team, but you don't go into Foxborough on opening night where they're getting their Super Bowl rings and they're hanging another banner and expect to not just get rolled. I mean, it could have been the '85 Bears, and it's just not. It's not a fair opener to assess that. So we're going to get rolled. It's kind of like the Royals have been lately, game after game. Is that you get rolled one night, and you roll them the next night, and you get rolled, and we're going to get crushed. Absolutely crushed.
If you were in Vegas, then how would you bet it? And I haven't looked at the spread.
The line's 9.
Is it 9? What's the total? Do you know? It was like, because I'm thinking if I was in Vegas tonight, I would take the under. But I don't see the Chiefs scoring many points, and I don't know that New England's going to. I think the total was like 48 or 49 the last time I looked. So
I don't know what the under is. I will say that there is a standing rule in the NFL. Any line over 7, always take the dog. Always take the other team. So 9 is a big line. That's a college line for an opener. The NFL has a way of tightening things up in the fourth quarter. You know, for better or for worse. You know, even if you're down by 21, you can score 14 really easy and still lose by a touchdown in the last 5 minutes. Andy Reid's not a great time manager, so I mean that's actually pretty plausible. I think a 7-point loss would be more plausible than a 22-point loss. The other side of that is we could lose by 45. I mean, we really could. I would bet the Chiefs in Vegas with the line at 9. If it dropped to like 8 or 7.5, I'd have to go Patriots.
Yeah. I still think the under. Let's talk about your new career. I understand you're doing a little Uber driving.
I am. So I had a 2005 Ford Freestyle.
Bragger.
Thank you.
Gosh, that's a brag.
Thank you.
What a machine.
That was at 194,000 miles a couple months ago and did not make it to 195,000 miles. It just pooped right on the highway, and so I bought a new car. And for 10 years without having a car payment, and then Kara got a car 6 months ago, so we've now got 2 car payments when we didn't have any. So I was like, I gotta make
So now, do you have to have the app to hire an Uber driver, or can I just call you and say, Chris, I'm
No, you gotta have the app.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have the app. And the thing I like about it is you get to talk to a lot of people, which I'm relatively okay with. And then you could work for 5 minutes or 5 hours or an entire weekend. And so I'll go to work in the morning, and if I pick up somebody, great, and I'll come home in the afternoon and I work for a couple hours, and if I want to go home, I'll go home. If I want to stay out, I'll go out. It's really cool. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and Kansas City is a tough town to get around in, and I don't know how you would take a taxi in this town because taxis are so expensive. You have to wait so long, and the Uber and the Lyft have been great, especially. I mean, and it's not just drinkers. Which I'm a drinker. I would take Uber or Lyft.
Yeah. It's
commuters. It's people, business travelers that want to get to. I dropped somebody off at Jack Stack yesterday, and they were in from out of town. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, and it's a great way to make a couple extra bucks. So
yeah,
I like it.
Hey, are you familiar with the game Fact or Crap?
Tell me about Fact or Crap.
Fact or Crap is when
I want to know it.
The host, which is me,
I'm
going to read.
I'll be fact. You be crap.
This is true. I'm going to read a statement.
All right.
And you, as the contestant, you're going to say whether this is fact or crap, and we're going to see how many you can get right.
Do we have to make a heart on the face page?
If Chris gets one right, I mean, give him a little love and maybe hit a heart or a like. I don't really care. I mean, I don't.
Are we breaking the internet? Is that what we're doing?
The internet is going to brown out.
I
mean, we've still got the Plinko board. We've got all kinds of fun and games. The viewers are going to get a chance to win some valuable.
Stick around, you'll win something.
Absolutely.
You might see my ass.
Yes.
Speaking of crap.
All right.
This is not how you thought it was going to go, is it? We're in the dumpster.
Fact or crap, my friend? Fact. Right. We haven't started yet. I got to read the statement.
Go ahead.
All right. Fact or crap, sir? In a 12-ounce can, Bud Light has fewer calories than Coors Light. Is that fact or is that crap as you take a sip of your Bud Light? Bud Light has fewer calories than Coors Light. Fact or crap?
Coors Light is pure water, so I'm going to say crap.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. Coors Light is just reprocessed urine. And then it reprocesses into urine. Bud Light's not much better, but it's better.
Well, why are you drinking it? I mean, is that not your brand? Did I get
my brand? No, this is my brand. I'm
okay.
saying Coors Light is even worse.
Okay.
This is my brand.
Don't be bad-mouthing our unofficial sponsor, by the way, too.
Hey, I am all about the Bud Light.
All right. Brother. Bud Light, by the way, has 110 calories. Coors Light, 102.
That's how I keep my girlish figure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Another fact or crap question. We have about 5 more of these to go. And this is a tricky one because I'm not sure this is up your alley, but a talking Barbie once complained, math is hard.
No, it did.
Is that fact?
That's a fact because there was another thing on Twitter that was the outrage of the day is that Barbie was talking down about math, and suddenly girls who had Barbies weren't going to become engineers or whatever.
Well, you're 2-0 right now.
Yes.
2 for 2.
Yes.
I'm going to find a harder one. Let's find a harder one. All right. The word paparazzi literally means crazy fly.
No, that's crap.
You are 3-0 right now.
Yes!
Sir. You are 3-0.
That's good. What does it mean?
I don't know.
Damn it! Tune in next week!
Yeah, teaser next week. All right, here's another fact or crap. The Landmark newspaper has been in business longer than the Kansas City Star. Fact or crap?
That's 1,000% fact. And you know what?
What?
We'll be in business long after the
Boom!
Kansas City Star.
So impressed with you. So, did you steal these questions?
I'm on a roll, baby.
Oh, jeez.
If I set the bar high, like next week when one of the other commentators on page 3, they'll have to beat my record.
All right, a few more to go. Let's see if you can keep your perfect record
let's
going.
Go.
Elvis did a TV ad for a donut.
Ooh,
fact or crap? Elvis did a TV ad.
This is where I should probably phone a friend of my mom or something. Yeah. She's a big Elvis person. I'm going to say fact.
You are correct.
Yes!
He's not missed one
yet.
That
sounds like something he would do.
I've only got 2 remaining.
Can
he keep it? Can he keep this going?
Yeah.
This is pretty amazing.
5 for 5?
What? That's 4, isn't it? That's 2, 3, 4. He's 4-0 right now.
4.
All right.
I like it.
Celine Dion was named for a Canadian Prime Minister. Fact or crap?
That's crap.
5-0. The man has not missed. I've only got one question.
That's clearly
one question.
She was named after the Ariel in the Little Mermaid. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Ariel. I did not know that. That's notate that. All right. One more. How often have you watched The Little Mermaid?
That's not an appropriate question for this guy.
Do you consider Ariel hot? I mean, is that
okay? So this is actually a good question. Ariel is the hottest Disney princess.
She is hot. I would agree.
She's the hottest Disney princess.
Yeah, she's hot.
That's a fact.
Okay. Fact or crap? Last one. Can you keep this going? Can you do this? Anybody got bets? What's the audience saying? Can Chris make it 6-0? Perfect record. First time playing. Fact or crap? Our first guest could have a perfect record, which would never be broken, right? So a lot of pressure on this one.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Fact or crap? A former NFL quarterback once stopped traffic in the middle of Platte City's Main Street to play catch with 2 guys from the Landmark newspaper. Is that fact or is that crap?
No, that's gotta be a fact. That's gotta be factual.
That's very correct. That was Bill Kenny, 1996.
Bill Kenny was my quarterback. People talk about who their Doctor Who is or who their whoever is. Bill Kenny was my quarterback because he was the quarterback when I thought that the Chiefs quarterback was second only to George Brett in godlike whatever. He was a terrible quarterback. Those were bad teams.
Super nice guy though.
Great guy.
He used to rack up some stats.
He had the porn stash going on for a time. Yeah, he was him and Nick Lowry both had the porn mustaches for a while. Yeah. Good guys. 6-0, folks. Beat 6-0.
That'll never be broken. That record will never be broken. So the best anybody can do is tie your record.
Hearn Christopher, you can suck on that. That's all I'm saying. Clip that out.
I don't think Hearn's on Facebook, but he might be now. All right, next, guys, we're going to move on. This is where our audience gets a chance to win some valuable prizes. You may or may not be familiar with the game of Plinko. I think The Price is Right, one of Chris's favorite shows, made this game popular. A couple of years ago, the husband of our former ad sales guru, Janine's husband, whose name I've forgotten right now, Josh Moore. Josh Moore made the landmark of Plinko board, and we've used it several times at some of our events, and so we're going to use it again tonight. We're going to play a little Plinko right now, and we're going to walk on over here. Chris, you stand on this side.
Am I going to be Vanna White?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I like it. I like where we're going with this.
All right. For those of you who may not know, this is a Plinko board, and it's a good thing you're wearing black. You know,
yeah, it's a good thing.
Slims us down a little bit.
I'm hard to see.
Okay, now here are the prizes. I don't know if you're familiar with the game, but if you're not, we're going to drop a disc from the top. Wherever it lands, there are 3 areas where you can win a prize. Let's go through the prizes. Prize right here is a free 1-year subscription to your favorite newspaper, The Landmark, right here.
It's a $1,000 value, people.
That's true.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yes. Prize number 2, if you land in this slot, 2 tickets to the Kansas City Renaissance Festival, right here for you. This is my favorite slot, but you don't get a prize. This is Between the Lines, my column, which I'm sure you read right after you read Chris on page 3.
This is much better than mine.
Okay, and then
longer too.
Yeah.
I have to talk to somebody.
We're talking about my column.
Hello.
Okay, free book in that slot, and here are our list of books. Let me just show you what we have for our winners to choose from. We have a book written by Chris Kamler.
It's me.
The Silence, the Series, and the Season of Sung Woo by Chris Kamler.
It's a good book. Short read. Good for the toilet.
I think
short chapters.
I think he will even autograph that for you.
I might.
Book number 2. Stories from Platte County, Landmark People, written by Bill Hankins. Bill is an award-winning Missouri Photojournalism Hall of Fame member. You'll want this one too, folks. That's a classic. That's volume 2. That's Bill's second version of the Landmark People.
I'll autograph that too, quite honestly.
Yes.
I don't care.
And this book, just hot off, this is my book, hot off the press today, my book about me by Ivan Foley.
I would read that.
And I've already autographed this version. So if you win this one, self-illustrated, self-authored,
I actually take that home.
Self-signed. If no one wins it, it's yours.
Fine.
All right, guys.
How are we choosing participants for this?
Cindy, give me a name. Someone, okay, viewers, type in your name right now in the comments section, and Cindy will holler out a name. We're going to play this probably 3 times. All right? Give me a name, Cindy. Is anybody punching up a name? You got any viewers' names?
Connie McCann.
Connie McCann. Connie McCann is our first contestant. Connie, let's see if you are a winner.
Come on, Connie.
Let's do it.
Win the book, baby.
Connie wins 2 Renaissance Festival tickets.
Huzzah. You're supposed to say huzzah.
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 Congratulations, Connie. All right.
Well done, Connie.
Keep typing in those names. Cindy's going to give me another one. Give me another name, Cindy.
Deidre Speck.
Deidre Speck is watching tonight. Deidre, I went to high school with a Deidre Speck. Hello, Deidre. All right, here we go. Deidre, let's see if you can do this. Deidre, the pressure's on. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, right here. You like
drop,
this one?
Drop it there. Drop it like it's hot.
Oh,
Deidre.
Deidre, try again next time.
Swing and a miss.
Gosh darn it. Chris, I'm going to let you drop the next
Oh,
one.
God, thank you. I'm so much pressure.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right,
Now, Cindy, we're going to need another name.
Phyllis McCroy.
Phyllis McCroy.
Phyllis.
I know Phyllis McCroy. Phyllis McCroy is a friend of mine. Phyllis, let's see if you can do it.
Let's go, Phyllis. Rooting for you here.
Oh, Phyllis, my
Phyllis
God,
gets
no.
focus.
But if you show up before 7, we'll let you have a Bud Light, all right?
Yes.
Phyllis, sorry.
Got it.
Thanks for playing, you guys. We'll do that again next time. What fun. So we had a winner, Connie McCann. Connie, try to come get your Renaissance Festival tickets. I think you're down in the Branson area. Okay.
Well, come on up. It's a good time.
It's a short drive and a good time.
It's another county that likes to bring tourists in to their county rather than just
money.
let them drive on past.
Spend money. So, we've got a game tonight. I mean, Chris has to get his bet in. You said you're on Chiefs +9. I've got to get a bet in on the under.
Yeah, Chiefs +9.
Okay, I'm taking the under. Whatever the total is, 48 or 49, I'm thinking it's going to be less. So, if we were in Vegas, we would never gamble illegally.
No. I mean, it's for entertainment purposes only,
This
folks.
advice is definitely for entertainment purposes.
1-800-BETS-OFF.
Next week, we'll be on the road. Our next sponsor, by the way, these guys have really stepped up. They said, hey, Eric Jennings, I see, is sponsoring episode 1. So I heard from a guy who owns Total Tan Salon down on Ambassador in Kansas City, near the Lowe's store. So he wants to host and sponsor episode 2. So we'll be down there. One of us may get a spray tan live on the internet. You'll want to tune in for that.
One of us may not.
One of us may. You coming to the Total Tan?
I'm going to talk to my agent about this.
Okay, one of us. I'm thinking one of us gets a spray tan live on the internet. A spray tan so good it'll make one of us president of the United States.
Hey-o!
Tune in next week, everybody. Thank you. Go Chiefs.